Good. Glad you're liking the music. Makes me happy. So you guys will stop complaining. Let's see. Well, actually, so we're going to go over last Thursday's footage because we had Memorial Day, so not the usual Monday open mat, so not a whole lot to go over from that. So we'll keep the position of the week to back mount, considering that's where we were at. And we will get started with the Thursday stuff.
Do it.
All right, so Pat's working with this gentleman. What was his? I can't remember his name. It escapes me now. He was here for the Heroes BJJ. I guess he had come the previous Thursday as well. So he was back for another Heroes class. Also, right off the bat, who we got Cole working with? Danny. Got
with a big head throw.
Yeah, Jordan and Mitch. Yeah, Cole with a very heavy collar tie. So, yep, perfect. So we'll see how you really train. Yeah, Cole with that grip over the shoulder and the collar tie. Danny looks like he's trying to pull guard at this point. Get his knees in. And Cole just smashes past.
Yep, straight into mount with an arm isolated.
Yeah, looks like he's going for a little smother reaction here. And quick tap. Before I could even get the clock going. I was holding court over here talking to Caleb about mounted triangles, so that delayed the timer for a bit, or at least getting onto the TV. But we got Mitchell with a sweep, Jordan with a kind of I guess he gets a sweep, so briefly gives Mitch a pass and then takes him over.
That's a really interesting turtle. So I've done that before. I've done that movement. This is one of those things to where you don't reach your hand in between the legs, but I believe Jordan, does he go on the outside of the leg, or?
It looks like it looks like he's reaching in between, like he's got the arm coming in between. Yeah, definitely does.
Yeah, that's a dangerous spot, Jordan. If you were going to do this, I understand like trying to pull into a guard. If that's, you have to go outside of the legs. If Mitch at all like tried to wrap his legs around your arm, you would be in a crucifix position, and in the gi you would be looking at a very big strangle threat. Here you would be looking at an arm and possibly a strangle threat, depending on your partner's dexterity, I would say. But either way, you got the sweep out of it.
Break it before you get broken.
Yeah.
Look at Jackson. Dude, I Russian wrist snapped Brooke twice in the same round yesterday. And it was because like Caleb Caleb told me to. And like the first one was kind of like a 2-on-1 wrist, and I pulled her down and just kind of like, it was very tug of war with her arm. But the second one, she was like kind of leaning over me, totally put her weight on me, and I hit the cleanest one I've ever hit. She landed flat on her back, like full rotation. It was right in front of her dad too. It was so awesome. I was very happy about it.
Jordan got to the back and got that strangle on Mitch.
Let's go back. Enough of my bragging. So Jordan's from North South.
What's up, Joe?
Okay, yeah, Mitch kind of exposes his back here, and Jordan's not going to let him get away with that for nothing. What up, Joe? Oh, we saw, man. I don't know if you were on for the first 5 seconds of your match with him, but we saw you just immediately smother him. Joe, I was thinking about you today, man. I got home from work and was going to do my workout, but my back and my knee kind of hurt from working out yesterday. Then my wife told me she brought some donuts home from from when she gave blood earlier down by the donut shop, and I'm like, this is my workout today. And I've had 1.5 pastries at this point, no workout, and a burger for dinner. I'm like, I'm gonna send this to Joe.
It's like my diet. Yeah.
Let's see, some Cole riding high, making Danny pretty miserable, so much so that Danny gives up his back here. We also got Mitch on the back as well. God, I almost feel bad pointing this out. Cole's really making me feel like I'm bullying Danny just by showing this again. But he gets his belly down and Danny flutter kick taps, which is, that's a tough one, man. Danny's like totally worried about his spine and his neck right now, and we're laughing about it. But dangers of the belly down position. Keep in mind, like I was talking on stream maybe last time, if you have somebody on your back and you roll up, that's your opportunity to hit a really quick continuation of that roll. Like, especially if they don't have a hook in. Like, this is your opportunity to get out. You have to spin fast through this because you don't want to hang out here. You know, especially if you don't have the size advantage. You know, Cole ends up getting a big stretch on Danny here, gets his torso extended. I think if Danny here rolled up and then try to hit a quick turn, like Cole just has his neck right now, so he'd be turning away from the strangle. He would end up in mount most likely, but I'd rather have that than Cole on my back looking for belly down rear naked strangles and then having to flutter kick to get out of it. Mitch looking very deep on a rear naked strangle himself.
Jordan getting right out.
I think, yeah, what the hell happened there? I mean, that was like dead to rights.
Into the choke, and then he stepped over the leg and got his shoulders down.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Mitch could have finished that even if Jordan got his hips out. It was that. Oh, his arms burnt. Okay.
Burned out. Yeah.
2-hour heavy lifting cardio. Whatever. I trained for 2 hours yesterday and did cardio before that.
I didn't do anything. I slept because I was sick.
Yeah. I earned my pasta or my pastries.
I do too, because I'm Italian. That's what I deserve.
Shut up. That's what I deserve.
It's in my blood.
No, that's just cholesterol.
Cholesterol.
Looks like Jackson's getting a lesson in the fireman's carry, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Oh, Jordan was there. Or Justin, sorry.
Oh, yeah, Justin came back that day. As well as Ethan, who we haven't seen in a couple weeks. I think
Yeah.
Cole has been chiding him back onto the mats. We got Jordan and Caleb going after it. Yeah. Gotta be careful there, Jordan. So he sets up this underhook and he gets real deep, but like terrible head position right now. Caleb is absolutely winning this exchange. He's got wrist control. Underhook isn't that effective from here the way Caleb is. He just says, all right, if you're gonna keep your head below my arm, I'm gonna keep it there. Tommy and Jordan.
Good single leg, but also pretty good guillotine threat here from Jordan.
Jordan, I don't know if Jordan has the arm in though.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't tell.
He's got control. Yeah, he's got control over the shoulder.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Braden coming after me with the quickness. That's cab driver Jordan. Yeah, Mitch was super close to that. Sorry, I just saw your message, Jordan. That's one of those times where, like, when we talk about back control, you know, you'll always hear us emphasizing control over the hips, control over the shoulders, you know, alignment and all that stuff, and then going on to your strangle. When you have your arm all the way around their neck locked up, if you get your hips out, I'm gonna squeeze, and you're most likely gonna tap at that point. So the rules start to fall apart from there. Would have been nice to see Mitch hold on to that a little bit longer, but I also understand his arms burning, which you, Jordan, don't give any forgiveness for, if I remember correctly.
Another big reach from Braden there on you to try and jump onto that guillotine.
Yeah, I'm gonna work that out of him. It's not that I don't think it's, well, I mean, of course, front headlock, great, but like just this upright position, it's so easy for me to like either try to get behind or you know, there are just all sorts of nasty counters from that. And here I just try for a pretty easy knee tap.
Knee tap, yeah. Jordan got a sweep on Thomas there. It looked like just kind of a simple, maybe even a flower sweep or something. Oh, okay, I see.
Somewhere between an ankle pick and a tripod.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much an ankle pick rather.
Ankle pick, yeah.
A little ankle crunching going on here, maybe.
No. Caleb electing to get on top instead.
Even bigger jump this time from Braden. Almost jumping to guard, essentially. Like, really trying to get to my head, but I think he made me laugh there.
Yeah, he did that exact thing to me last week.
If you don't want to get picked up, don't voluntarily take yourself off the ground. I'll say that much. What happened with Jordan and Tommy over here? Okay, so Jordan. There we go, elbow up above the shoulder line, head to the outside. And Jordan, I don't know, man. I think this position has really worked for you over the last few months. I know you caught me in one of these a few weeks back, and the amount of control you're showing here, I think is really, really good. Like, you didn't just jump immediately off to the side. You made sure you had your grip locked up. That's what I like to see. And big props to Tommy. I know he hates getting caught in those. He's also expressed an interest in competing, so he's going to be training a lot and needs all you upper belts to help him get ready. So don't kill him, but don't go easy on him. Got him a little off balance here. Blocking this leg, little shoulder frame here, and then power leg here. Big push up and over. Nice easy sweep. Justin as well, almost out the back on Ethan.
What's up, Ben?
What's going on, Ben?
Same to you, buddy. Good, man. Yeah.
As Ethan tries to transition from losing the back, looking like he maybe wants to get the mount, I really like Justin's control of this arm here. He knows that he could open up some opportunities if he keeps that on, you know, in front of him. Ethan just swims it back just in time before Justin can come up to take the back.
Yeah, I was just noticing you either going for an Uchimata. I couldn't see what the Joes were doing there under the clock.
Ah.
Oh, okay, I see now. Baker gets up, trying to heist back up, but you needed to extract your right leg there, Joe.
Yeah.
I think if you extracted your right leg, you would have had a lot better chance because you were gaining hip height on him. And at the very least, in that exchange, what you had was your ability was, your opportunity was to score your underhook. So right here, you could see that Tall Joe is going with like this, like around like a waist grip ish, right? It's kind of mid back here. At the very least, you're making a pretty big gap in between you and him here, between your chest and his chest, and you could just sneak that left arm in and go for a nice deep underhook, so that when you go back into the half guard, you have an attacking position from the half guard rather than a defensive position. I don't know if you see what I'm talking about there.
No one will ever get hip height on him, Joe.
Oh yeah.
I had, let's see, looked like I was going for a hip bump on Braden. Didn't get it, but I love the hip bump. When I get the hand to the ground, I can immediately pull into a triangle. That was kind of a sloppy entry. Like I really kind of fell to my back for this one. But my right knee, you normally see me sneaking that, pulling it up to my nose, out in front of them, and then throwing it over the back a little bit more cleanly, most likely from this position before falling. Here I'm kind of doing it a little bit more lazily. Starts to pick me up, so I start to put him down.
I'm going to the armbar for the 3/4 GG. Oh, you didn't finish it? Did he slip, or was it just you were
Not really gonna crank
letting him flow? Yeah.
I got what I needed to get.
Yeah.
And I'd rather him work on getting out of that. The angle. This was almost like that reverse hitchhiker escape kind of position, where instead of circling around, he circled his body toward me. It's like, all right, he controls my legs here, gets his arm out.
Okay, so it was a legitimate. It was a good escape technique, is what he was doing there.
Yeah, he was trying to work his way through it.
Cool.
And then here I talked to him.
Trying to stiff arm. Yeah. Armpit push. Yeah, so Joe Baker, the fighting for the underhooks here. I know he's attacking the Americana. That's great. I wouldn't advise attacking the. I mean, not that there's anything. I don't know. If I'm going to attack an Americana, I'm going to do it cross-side. So Tall Joe, if you've got that hip. If he's got you in that lockdown, I would venture to say that it's not a bad idea to attack that Americana. But Joe Baker on the bottom here, whenever you're slipping that hand defending it, you have your underhook on that left side, right? And your strong side is to your right. I guess turning towards the leg that you're trapping. And so you're giving up the opportunity to get your underhook on that side by just trying to get it here in front of you. And then again, Joe is isolating your arms above the head. All I want to see is in this position, using the lockdown to your advantage, extending him down, pulling him towards you, getting him off balance, getting his arms planted on the mat so that you can score your underhook and come up to attack from the half guard.
Yeah, I think Joe says he was trying to work a sweep, and I think that's fine. What I'd like to see a bit more out of, if that's the case, is movement with the legs, which is also going to make it very difficult for Joe to finish an Americana, right? As you get him off balance, he's going to have to base out. That'll give his hands something to do other than this or attack Americanas. So
and
go ahead.
The sweeping from the lockdown is done based off of is done with underhooks, not overhooks or arms trapped, right? You can't do the sweeps with the lockdown without some sort of under over or a double underhook. on the other side of the body. Like by double underhook, I mean if you were in this configuration, you would be able to swim all the way to the left side of Joe's body, the right side of your body, to get underneath, right? To basically go and attack that leg, to go for like an electric chair or whatever, right? Like whatever, the electric chair sweep or the finish for the electric chair. So either way, the concept is get your underhooks, whether it's a single or double underhook, then you can go for your sweeps.
Dude, Tommy moves fast, man.
He does.
I don't like it. I love rolling with him, but I'm always afraid. Like, I'm afraid of the day where like taking shots works for him.
Oh yeah. Well, he's like 17, right? Or
17 yeah. He's quick. He's got long limbs, and like he's gonna learn how to hit like a penetration step, and I'm going for a ride.
Yeah, man. And I should be back tomorrow. If you're training, I can go over any of that stuff with you.
Mitch with a good takedown of Cole here. So I love that pull with the near side underhook. Get Cole stepping. And then the finish is really nice. Really easy, low energy finish here. Just step the knee in behind the leg. Right there. And a little turn at the hips. You can get him down. Now you got to work to get your head free before Cole rolls you over.
I'll be there.
Cole gets the roll. Yeah, nice wing sweep from Cole here. So you can see just next to Mike's head, Mitch is kind of loaded up. Both of Cole's knees are pointed this way, and Mitch is loaded up on that top one. So with this over the back grip, and Mitch really committing, you can see he's got a closed grip here. He's got like a wrist to wrist grip on the body lock. Cole just has to turn hard in this direction and lift his top leg up, and he gets this wing sweep. So Mitch is committing to that tight waist, and there's the lift and the sweep. No, it's not new. You just learned it. But Stacks, what's up, man? Back at you, bro. Thanks for tuning in.
What's up?
Jordan on almost a belly down straight ankle. Let's do this again. Got he and Andrew in a little leg shoot out here. Not yet 50-50. This is that, like, so Andrew's going for an inside heel hook. This is that position. I think we saw it broke my brain a couple weeks ago, but like Andrew is like working what would be a 50-50 if Jordan's leg was in the right spot, and then Jordan is working what would be a mutual ashi if Andrew's leg was in the right spot, like the matching sides of it, if that makes any sense at all. But now Jordan starts rolling belly down, got the Achilles grip here, but just can't quite get the turn. Jordan, if like, what I would do here is use this left arm to kind of plant and think about just pushing yourself up. Post that arm, push yourself up a bit. You might be able to get some braking pressure on this, but without, yeah, you don't really have the hip isolated. That's the problem. Both of your legs are like inside, so.
Yeah, you would need like that De La Riva hook.
Yeah, that'd be hard to finish that.
I mean, you probably, I don't know.
I like the transition to the knee.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. You have some good training stacks? Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
No, you could do it with a bunch of different leg configurations, but yeah, I think that you would have struggled to get the finish there.
Yeah, for the straight ankle for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but really good transition to Matt's point. I really like that. I mean, because you have inside ashi potential here. if you were to sling your right leg over in between Andrew's legs when he comes when you come around.
Yeah, and poke the left knee through on that rotation. Like
Yeah.
the left knee under his leg, your right knee has to stay draped over the leg. And that's that would be a good transition.
But you're definitely figuring it out. Like you're definitely seeing it, and I like the way that you were using all of that to sweep and to get back on top.
Stacks, how's training going? Cole, you only shine because I polish you. That sounded very pause-worthy.
Looks like you're trying to pass the guard of Thomas here by attacking the Kimura on his left side into T Kimura. Using it for the back take.
320. I just want to see, how do we get to the ground? I can't remember.
Oh, he just picked his leg up.
Yeah, shoot, a little single leg. And then we got, Ethan going with Austin here. Austin snatching up the guillotine.
Yep. Head on the outside.
Yeah, settling for close guard now. Can't unsay it, dude. Stacks, what would you say is your training split between gi and no gi, like percentage-wise?
And which do you like better?
Yeah, that's the other
follow-up question. Yeah.
Caleb and Justin.
That was a really nice knee lever
from Caleb. He's been working those so well.
Yeah.
Oops. Let's go back a second.
Half guard.
Yeah.
So the reason that works for those who are uninitiated is that Caleb's being very careful with how far he lets Justin progress. So a lot of people screw this up because they don't let their partner get their knee through far enough instead of letting them get their knee too far. Okay. So you have to, if you want, can you zoom in on this while it's playing?
I think so.
Or no? All right.
I should be able to.
Yeah, so if you watch where Justin's right knee steps, you'll notice that it goes over the top part of Caleb's leg, right here. This is your time to use this sweep, right? Or this is your time to come up for a wrestle up, right? And maybe come up for a single leg on this side. It really depends on how prone to darces you are and your partner, if your partner is really diving for darces. Here, Justin's kind of, he's very upright. And so here, Caleb is leveraging this knee penetration here, and you'll see him drive his left knee down low here into the hamstring. And then now he has the knee lever set up. So all he has to do is get his foot planted and turn his knees, and that's all she wrote. I mean, it's really a simple sweep as long as you can trap the knee from going any further. But again, you have to let the knee go just far enough.
Yeah. For Justin or anybody who gets caught in this, especially if you're training with Caleb, I would focus on maybe either first, if you're gonna drive your knee through all the way this far, this is the beginning of a knee cut pass, right? So you got to kind of commit to that. That's not a move you do slowly. You have to slide through on that. Problem for Justin here is he doesn't have the underhook. Caleb has 2-on-1 control over that top arm. So knee cut kind of sort of out of the question here. Pretty low percentage at this point. So what I would do instead is tuck that foot. Like I would keep that foot planted, that where the foot just came off the ground. I would tuck it in underneath Caleb's thigh and start working from that split squat stance or headquarters position or whatever you want to call it, and take a bit slower of an approach to work the pass. Fight the grip fight fight the grip fight, get your hands back, and then you can work on your pass from there. But as soon as your knee touches the ground and that foot is off the ground, this is just an easy knee lever for Caleb to hit. And I'm going to spoil it for him. He's looking for him all the time. Everybody should be on the lookout for that. He hit one on me the other day. It's his bread and butter move right now, and he really likes it.
Diving for Darcis. That's a good one.
It's not bad. A little alliteration.
So really, no preference. You just like both?
I feel like it's rare.
I do too.
Honestly, I kind of miss gi some days. I don't miss the hand pain or like the eventual arthritis, but I do want to, like, I don't know. There are strangles that I miss hitting, you know?
It's the throws for me. The standing
in
gi is what I miss. The kids class was tonight, right? And I was watching them. I was watching Coach Mike go over a lot of the techniques and stuff, and I was just like, man, throwing is way better in the gi.
It is. It really is.
Oh, guard puller. Okay, all right.
Nothing wrong with that.
I would hate to train in the gi with bin. Oh my god, that
dude.
That would be
love
miserable.
to do it. I mean, like, as long as I win the grip fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's the thing. For Ben, I could tell you right now, I would not be able to break his grips, so I would have to, like, negate his grips and use it. I could already think of certain standing techniques I'd have to use against him, but yeah, we used to do gi and no gi, but we switched maybe I don't know, almost a year ago now, something like that.
It's been at least 6 months, so yeah, probably 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
We just weren't getting the attendance in the gi. We would get packed houses on Mondays and Saturdays, which are our no gi days, and then Thursdays and Tuesdays would be so light. It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we started switching. We started out doing our advanced classes with no gi, and doing beginners with gi on just those 2 days, and we started to see a noticeable shift in favor of no gi. So then we just made the switch.
Yeah. How are the music levels? Is it too loud? Is it drowning out mic or anything? It's so loud in my headphones, but okay. Sorry, I wanted to go back on something. Where was it? Maybe I forgot. Oh, just sweep on Tommy. So this is just standard tripod variation. Right, there we go. So ankle behind, or foot behind his ankle. I always tell you guys, always keep your foot really nice and booted here. See, I'm doing that with my foot. Really sticks to the ankle, and then a little push at the hip. I had the other ankle with my hands. Get a nice, easy sweep there. And then I just kind of crowd him, make sure he can't get up. And then, sorry, Austin had a good triangle here. I meant to point out. I think even Ethan knows it's coming at this point. I know he's been putting a few since he started. But he tries to shut it down there. Austin very quickly beats it. Oh, that's what it is. Ethan kind of swims his own arm into the danger zone there. And Austin knows what he's got when he's got it. So he locks that up. Pulling himself more towards the wrong way triangle for a second. Let's see what he does here. Ethan may stack out of this if Austin doesn't switch to the other side. There we go. Now we're onto a front triangle. With a good angle, good arm scoop. There we go. Nice.
and the gator roll.
Who?
From Thomas.
Oh yeah. I think he was really trying to work some of the escaping stuff we talked about the Monday prior.
Yeah.
Just like, misaligning, big, trying to hit big rolls. He rolled, what he did good here that I like is he rolled through the belly down position. He didn't stall out here because this could have been very bad. But everybody knows you're going to wear me like a backpack in that position. I start to lose the angle here, but this is like what I was saying earlier, Jordan, when you were with Mitch. I don't have the hips anymore, but I sure as shit have the neck.
Yeah.
Or I did. So I was going on for the finish with that as best I could, even knowing I didn't have the hips at that point. My arms are probably burning too, so. Then here, I think I got over the chin, maybe. Oh, no. Okay, we're good. Bro, I'm down, man. Bring a gi. I need to get my belt sweaty.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be ashamed of that, Cole. Music levels are epoch. Excellent. Stax, you're a DJ, right? I think I clicked your profile, after the last stream. So I trust your word on the music levels more than any of my students or friends. Down for one day of your gi training. I don't know, dude. I heard your music suggestions. I don't think you're much of a DJ. Alright, so Ethan kind of breaking the beginner close guard rules. See him really leaning over Austin, trying to attack. Yes, sir. It was last Thursday. I was thrilled with how much of a turnout there was. Andrew with a smother on DJ Jordan. DJ send nudes. Looks like Jordan just kind of quit. Typical Jordan.
He said his true colors would shine.
Yeah.
Say a Nagi attempt from Thomas there.
I forgot what takedown I went over the overtie slide by this class. Thomas tried to hit me, or tried to think Sayonagi here. But slips, and I'm like, yeah, nah. The follow through though is more what I'm worried about. You see, as I get him moving right there, a little bit of a step, you can watch this knee reach to the front, block his leg, kick it out, and I can get a takedown. Just smother me and get it over with. Yeah, that is the one thing about advanced class during back week, is by the time you get to open mat, your forearms are either completely pumped and on the verge of burnout, or they burnt out like an hour before. Big turn from Mitch. Kimura for me. Are you putting in your vote, Ben? Is that what that means?
Danny and Caleb, you and Andrew.
Did Danny pull guard?
He did.
Who the hell pulls guard on Caleb? That's asking for a tough 6 minutes. More power to you. I actually, The whole Gabby versus Craig thing. I'm happy it's finally happening. I mean, I assume it's finally happening. It will be an entertaining match. I mean, besides the obvious spectacle of what's going on, she is, you know, a champion, and he is not. So might be worth putting down a couple bucks on Gabby. Dude, something I need to work on so bad, and I'm trying to think about this a lot more now, is instead of worrying about like taking shots, you know, well set up shots from like typical penetration steps and all that, this overtie stuff that I work, if I don't get the movement I want from like big steps and stuff, that's when I need to work my single legs. Like right here, he doesn't move, but I'm right by the leg, and I just kind of let him get away with it. Even on this recovery, like right there, that's where I need to go in on a shot. He's trying to step backwards, so he's not going to be able to sprawl. You know, like I really want to use that overtie for better single leg setups. I just have to make it, I have to get it automatic. I know it's there, and I just like forget about it because I'm ingrained in my habits. Caleb with a smother? Yeah. Poor Danny.
Yep.
Another smother on the day. Who's Justin going with?
I can't see.
Maybe Mitch? Or Joe? No. Who is that?
I don't know.
Maybe Dan. I think that's one of our newer students, Dan. I believe he was hanging out on the side. I did skip that jam because they started talking, and I can't talk over that. It confuses me. Whatever, just subscribe.
Are you talking out because he skipped?
Yeah. You're probably just about to get tapped. I imagine that's why you're gonna turn off. Actually, I don't know where you are. You're not even training.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he's.
What's that?
Yep, there he is.
Really utilizing that arm control to shut down Andrew from whipping me back over.
Yep. What's up, Deathcore?
Hold with another sweep. Deathcore was cracking. Good to see you. Oh, there you're starting to leave. You're starting to leave. You're off the mats. There you go. There he goes. Clocked out. Gone. Kitchen. What did I do on Andrew here? Looked cool.
From the pushover, he tries to escape.
Yeah, little bump.
Yep.
And hits the shove. So, my problem with that, Challenging Cot, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
My problem with this is, you know, this is not far from the bad white belt habit of pushing, you know, bench pressing somebody away and mount, right? So he may get a bump, he may get me a little bit off balance here. Still don't want to extend your arm too much for mount. You can't treat it like a shoulder push in side control. Just not a good idea. So that gives me the opportunity for either an arm bar or in this case a triangle. I get the triangle, like the trap triangle setup. I don't really get the figure four, but I have the arm, and that's what I attack there. Meanwhile, Caleb in side control. Danny with the frame in, trying to keep that forearm safe. There's a lot of wall work here with Andrew. Caleb using that knee on belly to make his way to mount. I think Danny catches him here. Yeah, in 3/4 mount.
Yeah, but you've got a back take here. I'm curious to see if you're going to go for it.
For Caleb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went over the head rather than under. Oh, no you didn't. Okay, my bad. Thought I saw it. Okay, you probably slipped it over top there. Yep, so you got the back. Danny's back defense is pretty good.
Yeah, you got to be pretty mean to get under Danny's neck these days.
Yeah.
And he'll talk shit the whole time.
Yep.
Caleb's starting to pull his chin hairs.
He just slammed his head into his chest.
Yeah. Is that what that last move was?
Yeah. Watch. He muffles him.
Just want to point this out for some recent questions around headquarters passing. I don't know if maybe this isn't the best example. This might not qualify totally. Yeah, so I'm not really working the stuff I typically did here with Andrew. When I tell you guys to work from that split squat stuff, here I start with my leg up the center, but Andrew's not letting me really establish the typical grips I like, which would be this hand on his hip and the same elbow against my knee. He's starting to scoot his hips around a bit, so I work a leg drag instead, and really not a traditional like put the foot in my pocket kind of leg drag, but just control over the ankle and the knee. This keeps his knees pointed in the same direction. You guys know how important that is. And I take a big back step around the leg, and then now, the typical thing guys are going to want to do is scoot their hips this way, bring this leg in and over and start framing again. But it's going to be very difficult to do that if you can't put this foot on the ground. So when I can keep that foot elevated, it makes it easier for me to shut down his typical response of hips out and swing the leg over, and I could hurry up and take that position. You see here, I opt for knee on belly, stepping by, getting in and securing the pass. But yeah, just another, it may not be split squat in the way I was telling you guys, some of you guys at class, but it did start with that leg up the middle and just a little bit of footwork, a little bit of balance, and I was able to pass pretty easily. See if Austin can innovate on me. Jordan and Ethan. Jordan quick to get up to mount.
You got a quick snap on Austin.
Danny with a quick front headlock as well.
Yep.
Similar takedown to what I hit with Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Now trying to make his way to the back. Gets his hips out.
Trap in the arm.
Yeah. Early strangle arm. He makes a switch here. Yeah, so he's got starting to get the threat in, and then once he gets his hips in position, he doesn't have to work too hard with that strangle arm to get it there.
I don't know which one to watch.
Got Pat and Tall Joe over there under the camera as well. Oh, Austin and I went on a leg lock. Well, I went on a leg lock hunt on Austin, and it took entirely too long, but I was committed to breaking his leg. Anyway, got these two hunks.
Yeah.
Cole's little gut wrench action here. Well, not even a gut wrench.
It's more of like a shoulder wrench.
Yeah, chest wrench. Now he's gonna take his time there. I don't know who to listen to. Cole says watch, you say don't.
Big kip from Joe. That was nice.
I think Joe has maybe the best kip in the school right now as far as mounted kipping escapes go. Gets good kips, typically out to leg entanglements.
Yeah.
Cole reacted here well to not put himself in a vulnerable position, but lost a little bit of position. Now he's making his way around the guard again. Sorry, so we're at 3:13. I just want to check something. So Austin, all right, Austin and I enter into this leg lock battle. We'll just call it an even 420. We're a minute in. We'll come back to that. I think Joe taps to the threat of the belly down rear naked strangle.
Yeah.
Which is good. I'd rather that. I don't need to see any of my training partners flutter kicking again. I don't know, Joe. It kind of looked like jiu-jitsu to me. Although I would say the same thing to his face. You're not in a terrible spot here yourself. So
Legs really extended for the triangle.
Yeah.
Okay. But he surfs over in a... There you go. Okay. Well.
Yeah, so... I mean, damn, this is tough. Like, I would... Again, this is... I'm gonna try to ruin Cole's game here. That's a new segment we're doing called Ruin Cole's Game. When I feel these grips starting to be put into place, with any of you, Joe, you do this to me too. Andrew, Jordan, Cole, I'm not going to progress from here. Or I'm not going to try to, because any motion forward is going to help him get the sweep that he wants to get. So I'll often just kind of like hunker down. Maybe think about different arm positions that I could take for when the grip changes. That puts me in a better spot. Underhooks, moving around to like, Mike's game of going to north-south. So that would mean like taking this hand, putting it here, being ready with this left arm of mine to scoop underneath this arm and start attacking it. Things like that. But driving forward to mount, I'm not content to do that when I feel those grips are in place. I hope you guys understand why. So I don't want to give up an easy sweep like that and then have to deal with this cow on top of me, smashing me and straight arming me. So we were at 3:20 last clock check. We're about a minute and a half left, and Austin and I are still making my life difficult.
Cole with the straight arm.
Okay. Yeah, remember some of the things, spots where I've seen you guys improve. Often the compliment I'm giving you is about your patience and your level of control. The same thing could be applied to to other parts of your offense, and I feel like that's one of them. Like positional advancement, you don't have to rush through it necessarily.
100%er.
Cole just whipping him around here. And this is another good example, Joe. You're off balance here. You put yourself off balance. And Cole's just taking advantage at this point. You're committed to that leg, but like your hips are behind your feet. It's easy to see now. You know, this is, yeah, I don't think I need to explain it too much, but yeah, Cole's just like cross face, easy sweep.
We should turn the mic on. That this camera captures sound. We just turned it off.
I want to minimize my amount of pre-processing of this video. I feel like we'd have a lot of bleeps. Things that I won't be able to explain away. I got the tap. What time did I get the tap? So it took me almost 4 minutes to get through Austin's.
I believe it.
Austin's heel hook guard. Let's see. So we don't have to watch all 4 minutes. But at one point I had to make a switch here. I did want to see that though. So which leg am I attacking here? Here I'm on the right leg. Yeah, here. So I've been on the right most of the time. And I finished attacking the left. Yeah, okay, there's the switch. So he took me through all angles on this right leg. And here he either started to go on the counter or like he started to yeah, that's shit. It's gonna be hard to see. I think he had opened up my legs at this point, so I lost control over the hip, but I had the 2-on-1 grips on his ankle, so I make the switch here and slide across. And like I feel like Mike and I really emphasized that stuff a while ago. When it came to leg locking stuff, we always, we talked to you guys about how important it was to be able to transition from one leg to the other. There's that drill we should probably do. We haven't done it in a while, but that seated irimiyashi drill where, you break your opponent's loop around your hip, you sit on their ankle, and then they slide to the other leg and attack there. You break that, you slip out, they slide to your other leg and attack there. And this is kind of what I did here, except I did it from cross ashi into I think outside ashi, and I almost didn't have it except for this little move here to try to get the heel, and it ended up working. But last little thing I'll point out for heel exposure here, Austin's got long legs. He immediately starts, I don't have a good Achilles grip or anything to retain this, so I've got to dig it out from scratch. You'll see I get my elbow way back behind me, which is kind of dangerous. I think, Mike, you probably would have taken advantage of this if I did that. Hand all the way to the back. I'm not going to tell you guys to always do that, but I felt safe enough to work it here. Get my head to the ground, bring my hips up off the ground, and that gives me a place to insert the wrist behind the heel, and then I have to connect my wrist, which you can't see me doing, but I might be using like an S grip here just to establish something, and then working to a palm to palm. And I was so angry with him at this point for being so good at defense that put some sauce on it. Little one-handed strangle there from Cole, it looks like. Got Andrew and Ryan over here. Jordan in mount, but in a guillotine. Probably not in too much trouble. And what happened at the end there? Joe with another kip.
Yeah, big kip. Trying to go in to attack that leg.
And just about
gets it
there. Cole sitting through. Cole, I never see you hang out here too much, so I won't chastise you too hard for that. Me and Justin getting our our long-awaited round. Last time I rolled with Justin was the night that my knee screwed up. So it had been since like February.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Knee pick.
Look, Jordan, if you're gonna insult me, I need your spelling to be accurate. And I'm not talking about lame burgers. I get your silly pun. Just correct. Just like you could use Grammarly, you know, that's a new service that's real popular for proofreading stuff. If you're illiterate like you are, you could also just give it a once over. ChatGPT, that's free. Your favorite price. Cole and Ethan. So it looks like Cole giving Ethan a little bit of a handicap here. Well, maybe you and Cole could lose weight together.
This didn't show up in the chat.
What are you talking? What didn't show up in the chat?
Yeah, I'm not following.
Pounds or kilos? Yeah, I haven't gotten a moderation alert, so I don't know. If I didn't get an alert, then maybe it is so bad they're like, yeah, we're not even gonna check if this is okay. So we got Joe and Caleb over here. Cole illustrating the utility of the underhook here and keeping him safe and keeping the sweeps available.
Oh yeah, Joe and Caleb are in the background too.
Yeah.
Is that Danny?
Yeah.
Jordan. Okay.
How did Caleb get up top there?
So like
Joe spun for the knee bar. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on that spin, Joe, it didn't work because you didn't have the leg scooped. I understand you're basing with this right now. I would scoop the leg with this hand and base with the other, rather than basing with both like we see you doing here. That's why, like, you couldn't slow down Caleb's hips at all, so he just slips the knee right there and is able to get up.
He was already turned down.
Yeah,
he was already on his left hip by the time you were you could even make contact with that leg.
Yeah, again, slow down. Like, there was an opportunity there. You just had to, like, take your time with it. Remember, scooping that leg gives you the opportunity for the leg spin or just a guard pass if you don't spin around the leg. I don't know why that didn't show up, but it would have been funny.
Austin with the shoulder crunch on Thomas. Not seeming to be able to pull it off, though.
Yeah, I had to get that long leg back in.
Yeah,
See?
he needed to get some extension. Yep.
That's where it pays to be short, man. Oh, there he gets it.
Oh, then he gets the over-under after all that.
Nice.
Yep. You are in on a Katagatame here.
Ish. I don't think I get it.
Yeah, it looks kind of like his arm is sinking pretty low. You got to get him turned up onto his side a little bit to set your head in place.
Yeah.
Thomas. Wow. Wow. That's all I have to say.
To be young again.
Yeah. Is that you, Thomas? No, it's
Great screen name.
What's it?
I'm not gonna say. What's up, man? Why wow? Because we're old and our lower backs don't work that well.
Yeah. I would say so. If you were gonna stand up like that, you want your hands in front of him. I'm dying because of that name. It's an amazing name. You don't want to have your hands over top, like hugging him. Standing up is a good idea, but you need to get your posture back and you need to get him away from you, right? So next time you stand up, in order to get your posture back, make sure that you pummel your hands in front, put your hands on his hips, and get everything out of danger zone. By bringing him up and closer to you, it gives your neck, like your neck is fully exposed here, and that's why Austin's able to pretty easily lock up that guillotine. And from there, you didn't really have much of a choice. You were either going to tap or you were going to roll through like that.
Yeah. Yeah, just, keep in mind what you and I talked about with the standing guard break, right? Just get your posture back, get safe. Austin's going to throw some different challenges at you because he's kind of a triangle centric guy from the bottom position. So he gets to these very easily.
Yep.
But when you can control posture and control your posture and keep your arms in a safe spot, you can shut down a lot of that. Austin doesn't triangle me for that reason. I mean, he sucks. That's another reason, but. Ethan looking.
I'm glad you watched. Now we can we know that at least what we say you can review. Have you watched any of the earlier videos that are stored on Twitch or on YouTube? Because we've made other comments on your training as well. If you haven't, check them out.
Dude, this song has played like 5 times already. Oh, I got a rear katagatame on Justin.
Dude, I haven't been able to pull that off.
So this is like a short choke variation though. So is it on? Yeah, it's. So you can see right here, I try to go for the original recipe right here, but then I switch right. Oh, it's hard to see. Maybe I don't. Maybe that was somebody else I did that too.
That looked like it looked like a side-on one.
I have to. I have to be.
Yeah.
I absolutely have to be, because like what I'm finding is if I can get my chest behind their arm, and then I can get like my forearm against their neck, like that's where I want to be. Because you see guys like the Rotolos, they can just reach all the way around and like their bicep, like their shoulder or their bicep is behind the opponent's tricep, pinning it up here.
Yeah.
I have to get like the front of my shoulder behind it to get the squeeze on that I need. And then if I can get to either, I need to practice it a bit more, but if I can get to the short choke, I might be able to finish that. But it's not an ideal one. It's just like a Darce for me. Like I'm gonna have to modify it. What kind of pizza did you get, Cole? Is it just dough with like sauce and cheese and like no vegetables on it or anything? And just meat? How did that round end? We got Austin in top position, switching to Queso. We got Ethan looking for a smother here. This is good for Ethan. He's got the arm up over the head. I like this. Probably just needs to work on like either the smother technique. Get with somebody who is bigger than me if you want to get better at that. I still don't know if I've hit a smother on anybody.
Yeah, it's very few and far between for me.
I just feel like I'm jamming my sternum against them. I'm not like suffocating them with my breasts like
Yeah.
Cole and Luke and the Jordans. And Caleb. How can I forget Caleb? What did Austin do here so quickly? Or did
50-50.
Andrew get it? Austin with an Aoki lock almost, it looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Andrew just tapped early. Because it didn't look like Austin put too much pressure on that. Over the next 2 weeks when we're doing leg attacks, if you guys hear us talking about Aoki locks, and you're not familiar, it looks really similar to a straight ankle, except you put the heel in front of you, like on your chest, and you could see the inside of their ankle when you're looking down at the grip. It turns it from a straight attack on a limb to a twisting attack on the limb. Made famous by Shinya Aoki, legend in the MMA world. You could watch Mikey Musumeci do an Aoki lock on Shinya Aoki in 1FC. That's one of his most recent highlights.
Good redirection from Andrew. That was nice.
Yeah,
that guard pass there. Yep.
Yeah, made famous by Stephen Aoki, the famous musician.
Austin's playing a low knee shield. Half guard, trying to go for this underhook on the right side. I don't know why he's not taking it. Whether he feels like the wizard pressure would be too much, or obviously he's trying to set up a triangle, and maybe he just didn't feel like he could get to it from there. Those grips. In on the reap. Crossashi.
Might switch up this music.
Crossashi, but he left his leg behind. So this is going to be interesting to see who's going to win this straight ankle battle.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who got that, actually.
With Austin and Andrew?
Yeah, I don't know who tapped first. They literally both went bottom side leg down. I think...
Maybe Andrew? Do we see it? Watch Andrew's top hand.
Yeah, Andrew tapped. Yeah, okay. I felt like the way that Austin had his leg booted through, that he had the length advantage here, right? Like Andrew wasn't able. So Andrew, I don't know if you're watching the stream or if you watch any of the reruns, but on somebody who's longer leg than you, obviously when your leg is not in danger, but this is very common. And the only way to beat this that I know of is to work around the body, meaning that if you get down to that left shoulder and you start walking your kind of straightening your back out and creating a really big bend in their knee as you do it, then eventually they're going to run out of room, right? They'll run out of leg and you get down to the ankle and the boot doesn't matter anymore. Here you're staying very static and you're just kind of hipping in. I want you to work in this case, it's a counterclockwise motion around the body in order to get that the ankle straightened out.
stance and settling into half guard instead of working open guard passing. Not a bad choice.
Yeah.
So address this a little earlier though. That can get annoying.
Yeah, it can wear you down for sure.
Looks like he's thinking about maybe spinning a leg. Maybe he's just trying to like disrupt the knee shield or get Andrew to move it in one way or the other. Pushing on it to get a pullback reaction or vice versa.
He is in a dangerous spot from a triangle standpoint, but he's staying heavy on that bottom leg.
Yeah.
So he's kind of going through like an over-under style pass. I'm not a huge fan of this setup myself. I know Luke does really well with it though.
Yeah. Good sweep from
I just
Andrew.
haven't been able. Yeah, that is nice.
Almost like a lat whip, except he's over the shoulder. I will not be there, Ben. Are you gonna train tomorrow?
I'll be there. Yep.
Wait, how did that end? Oh, Andrew, I think it's a tight guillotine or a neck crank or something.
Yeah, with that arm in too. Did you see that?
Ooh, that looks awful. I mean, that looks terrible. I would have.
It's almost like a WWE move or something.
Yeah, for real. I mean, it's basically like a katagatame. I mean, I'm sure there was a bit of a neck crank involved in that too. Just looking at the angle.
Yeah.
Dude, this funk channel slaps. I wish you could hear it. Jordan, what are your thoughts? You like the funk? This is almost like
Yeah.
jazz kind of funk.
Yeah.
Do you hear it? Do you have the stream up?
I did. Yeah, I just turned on the music.
Too much razzle dazzle.
Them horns.
It's very not on brand.
It's like what JCPenney used to play.
That hurt my feelings. I'm changing it. You keep watching. I'm gonna look at my playlist.
Round ended. All right, Thomas back at it with Joe. You and Caleb. Caleb pulling guard. Kind.
Yeah, it's very nice of him. And this goes as it usually goes. I spend about 3.5 minutes keeping him down. He ends up getting a good sweep on me, and then I just try to survive. That's right, I did hit that on him. So, an ugly double undersweep. Terrible form. Like, knees aren't over my shoulders, right? Normally I want to have his knees all the way up here, but I'll take what I can get with him. But notice, to make up for that, what I'm really doing is driving forward, trying to drive through him to get to the position I need. He can't shoulder walk away from me fast enough, so I could throw his legs by and then get on the back.
Really nice single. Yeah, nice single. And Thomas, we're gonna want you to let go of this strangle when you have when Joe gets around to the left side or the right side of your body on the left of our screen here, opposite side of the strangle, you're in the threat of a strangle from Joe, called the Von Fluke choke, and so we're gonna want you to let that go. It's really not doing anything for Joe. It's not putting any sort of strangle pressure unless you can pull him back into a guard. You pull him back into a guard, half guard, close guard, totally keep it. But here we're going to want you to let it go.
Remind us if that's not making sense, we'll talk more about that in person. But
Yep.
yeah, when someone gets across you and you have a guillotine, there's no sense in holding on to the guillotine.
Joe's north-south is miserable to be under. So let's see how you handle this. Nice transition into the mount, Joe. He is like Shakira.
Who's that? Joe?
Joe.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is on the metal station, apparently. This is more like bluesy classic rock. I don't hate it.
Really nice setup coming from Joe here.
Oh, sorry. Let's look at Joe first.
Riding high. Going to take the back.
That's
Hits the back.
That's a good example of patience, in my opinion.
Yep.
Using control. Going up over the shoulder.
Yep. And Joe, can you pause it here? So, Joe, you could make more room for your right leg to come over top of the shoulder if you move your right arm to the same side as your left arm. So the same side of the head as your left arm. So getting both arms on the side of the body.
Slipping Tommy's head out, right?
Exactly. Slip his head out to the right-hand side here, and that'll expose his head and shoulder, which is exactly where you want to put your foot to start out with, is right here on the trap, basically, or like right under the clavicle. And then from there, you can like pull him over, lock up your legs. You're doing a fine job here. This is all good. It just makes it a little bit easier. Andrew with a nice rear triangle.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So he told me he'd been working on this. I think he said he may have talked to you about it.
He did. Yeah.
All right. This is clean. Like it. So it looks like he's trying to navigate the control on the arm here. So this is good. This is a really good start. Here's what I would do. Here's what I would think about. Right here, you can work with this. It's not the strangle yet, but you can work with this. You can do what we just saw Joe doing, you know, sitting, like basically sitting upright, not being on your side, and working to get to the next important thing, which is making sure Justin's arm is over his head. It's pretty well kept there. What I don't like is this grip. And make sure I'm thinking about this right. In triangles,
you want your right arm.
Yeah. In triangles, you're gonna secure your leg with the opposite arm, whether it's a front triangle or a rear triangle. Your left, if you're in this case, your left leg is the strangling leg. When you go to secure it, because you have to unlock your legs for whatever reason, you want to grab your ankle with your right arm. In this case, left leg, right arm, or vice versa. Which I think you make the switch here. Justin starts getting his arm down. You know, you're kind of like all knotted up here, but it's working well enough. Here you make the switch to the right hand grab. Or I thought you did. Maybe it was earlier. But at that point, legs in tight. You got the squeeze. So that's good, man. That's a really, really good start. Just some small finer points to minimize the chance of losing that position.
Really good wrestle up from Caleb on the right hand side.
Kendra, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Um, so Joe said that's what I was missing.
Yeah, when we were talking about the arm.
Okay. Oh, getting the arm
in
on
the
the
head.
head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Joe, you made a switch to the arm bar.
Yeah.
You know, and your leg wasn't ever fully in a strangle position, so I wouldn't say you were missing anything there. You just had to, you had to work with what you were getting from Tommy. Oh yeah, Caleb. I think this is where Caleb.
Oh, you sat through for the knee bar.
Yeah, kind of like. Okay, no, I'm thinking of a different role. Yeah, he gets me way off balance here. I go for a last-ditch turn, and then he's able to control the waist, and I couldn't scramble away fast enough.
Yeah.
Look at the clock and start thinking about how long this is going to take for him to strangle me, or smother me, or whatever. It sounds like Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Put it on real quick.
Oh yeah, totally does.
Doesn't it? So Caleb working his way to north-south, and he's been wanting to north-south strangle me a lot lately. I think he gets it today. Pretty early, yeah.
Yeah, he puts on some pressure with it, for sure.
Nice, Jordan. Nailed it. Good heist from Andrew there. Oh, this is way too chill.
Joe is in on a wrong way triangle. Thomas is surviving. Good.
Sorry, I missed the last part. What was it?
I was the wrong way. I don't know if there was a tap or not at the very end. It looked like Joe was going to transition to the Kimura. But I couldn't tell. Yeah, I can't see. I couldn't see. Single leg from Joe. Nice takedown.
Danny's like, all right, fine. Looks like half dead. Justin hasn't really lost a beat in making back attacking difficult.
Yeah, that's good.
This is definitely always one of his strong points. He makes you work for it. Here he's just denying the head and arm position that you need. Head on one side, strangle arm on the other, just by keeping his head and shoulders pinned to the mat.
Good job staying patient and reclaiming the back.
Who's Caleb going with? Jordan?
No.
Or Ryan? Ethan?
Yeah, Ryan. Oh, that's bad news. Yep. Nice back attack.
Ah, yeah. I didn't see the leg trap. Let's get there. And not long after that, you're going to get the finish.
Joe's still working. Big elevation from Caleb.
Yeah, I don't want everybody to pick on Justin, but I think he'd be a good candidate if you want to work on your rear katagatames, because he does work with his arms pretty high as part of his strangle defense there, and that's where I think that submission works best. But here he gave Joe enough trouble. Joe he starts to escape. Joe has to get back to work. What the hell's going on with Ryan and Caleb?
Kimura and Caleb let him pass the guard. He was planning on taking him over with the Kimura, but Ryan didn't go, so yeah. I think Caleb let up thinking that he was going to break his shoulder.
Very nice. Very nice. Good work.
Or maybe thought he tapped and he didn't. Yeah.
Joe sneaking that bottom leg back in, getting back to Justin's back.
Yeah, reclaiming the back for you, Joe, right now. It's looking really good.
With the early strangle arm.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh no, I wouldn't even say an early strangle arm. You dug on this one. You had to work for that one. Looks like
yeah. Double strangles. Yep.
Nice. Trying to figure out what that, dude. That's how it works, man. Don't think of it as honestly. This isn't like motivational. My favorite escape. Pretend to tap and say. I don't say this to sound motivational. It's not that it failed. It's that it. You know this, man. It doesn't always work the first time, and these moves are most successful in bunches. Especially when it comes to, getting the neck in a rear naked strangle in a school where everybody knows your tricks. Ask me how I know. Yep. You gotta throw a lot at people. Ryan and Caleb are just whispering sweet nothings to each other. Oh, that's right. Ryan was the one asking me about headquarters position. Or split squad, so I have him working it here with Caleb.
And Caleb takes him over with that knee lever.
Joe gets Justin off balance, peels that leg out. Yeah, nice reap. It's the reap in the heel.
Be careful with that left leg, Joe. Yeah. You left your left leg behind in this. If Justin felt comfortable enough to keep his left knee moving. So one thing that I like to do from this is when somebody throws in that heavy reap, is that I'll keep my knee driving down towards the mat, right? Like I'm gonna heist up and try and get my hips up nice and high, and that's gonna drive my left knee down towards the mat, and it's gonna reduce the amount of braking pressure that you can put on my leg. And from there, I'm gonna try and keep it going around your body, and I'm gonna start attacking your left leg. So there, I'm gonna take my leg all the way down to the mat. I'm gonna get my hips up nice and high. I'm gonna scoop up the left leg in with my right arm, and then I'm gonna sit through, and I'm gonna drive my left foot across your body to the left side of your body, and I'm gonna drive my right foot up under, and I'll be in outside ashi with a solely isolated leg.
Big double under sweep.
Yep, I like that.
I think Justin's happy to go with it. Coming up towards the last round of the night. On a long night of training.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had to get my revenge round with Joe, which didn't go my way anyway. At least not at first.
Yeah, you guys already trained this night, right?
No, he just beat my ass days before on Monday.
Oh,
and then I was like, all right, I need to do better today. So this is my attempt at that. Joe's a liar though, man. He comes at you on the last round. He's like, man,
I'm tired.
every match has been a death match, dude. I'm so tired. And then he's just like somehow finds 6 more minutes of pretty serious energy. So this was, I actually liked this, yeah. So I went Uchimata and then Haragoshi. The reason was Uchimata was like, you know, that was a serious attempt. You know, my head's pretty low. I just didn't get the elevation on the hip that I wanted. But he bases out and steps around. And my, you know, after that, I'm like, all right, if I still can hit another one of these, it can't be an Uchimata. I need to do something different because he's just going to step around. The way you can shut down that step is to get outside of this leg, so you go Haragoshi instead. So he didn't get the arm out. I'm putting more pressure on, and then I say, all right, I'll go Haragoshi. And it was just barely enough to block him from being able to step out and around. But he captures that leg from there. So I don't get a clean pass. I don't think those are similar, Jordan. But this was a great heel hook from him. So I went on a counter heel hook attack.
Yep.
And thought I could get it, but like right there as my foot slips off.
Yep.
I was like, all right, I need to tap to this because I didn't have the. I think if I was able to slip that with that foot push, I would have been good. But I'm like, all right, my knee's about to break. Just want to look at that setup again.
It's the same setup that he did on the previous one on Justin.
Yeah, and you know, I like this. I'm riding completely. I didn't notice the heel grab here. A little elevation. And that, yeah, so this may be similar to what you were talking about. Like the counterattack on that left leg is what I'm working here. Just from a more nimble position than where Justin was. I felt good about that until once you see my grip break, I'm like, oh, I got to rotate out of this.
Yep.
And I knew if I rotated more past that, I was going to be in knee bar territory. So, like, all right, bro. That's a very good one. You win. So ditching the shallow, crappy underhook to an overhook, or I'm sorry, to a front headlock, and then just hitting the turn. Why does the music stop? So annoying.
So quiet. It's what I hear all the time.
So now working from out, concerned about the kip for all the reasons we saw earlier. Feel the hands go into my hips. And he does a really good job there. But I just try to keep my legs in a spot where I'm not immediately in danger. Thank you. Close on those physical statistics.
Yeah, he's been killing them for sure.
Yeah, it's annoying. Joe does them better than anybody, I think. Yeah, for a 5 foot, 125 pound man child, I'd pass your guard really easily, for sure. And this is just I'm not showing this to tease Joe here, but just notice what I'm working with here. This pin on the far shoulder. I got this leg is really extending Joe's leg away so that it's going to be hard for him to pummel it up and over. And then when I get control here, I'm digging out this hook that he has on my hip. And with this pin on the shoulder here, it's pretty easy for me to step around almost completely unimpeded. It's very difficult for him to turn into me in time. And I can start to try to secure a guard pass. There he gets his guard back, but I think I just step right over and mount. Maybe. I did that to somebody this week. I guess it wasn't Joe.
Now you're in on cross Ashi.
I missed my entrance. And here I'm controlling the toe line.
Yep, he's going after it too.
Block.
So now you're in a mutual. Did you get it? You got the straight ankle.
Yeah, I got that one. So I looked away at the entrance when it happened. Oh, so it was just a spin. Spin. That was such a shitty entrance. I don't even make it all the way around. I think Joe gets me off balance here actually, because I don't know why I would fall so sloppily on that without Joe really disturbing my balance there. But here, as Joe starts to turn away, this is where I grab the knuckle line of his foot to prevent him from continuing to turn. It just puts stress on his knee if he keeps turning. So you see right here, his toes are pointing almost opposite direction his knee is pointing. That means he can't continue to turn in this direction. So I really hold that until I feel like I can get my position and my threat secured. He starts going on the counter. I feel okay about it. And I just have time to set up my own counter attack. So keeping my foot safe, recognize the crossed ankles that he gives me right here. You can see his ankles are crossed up. So I have my Achilles grip. It's going to be a tight one. Finally get my redemption. I think it was really tight because your ankles were crossed. I mean, as much as I'd love to give myself full credit on finishing mechanics on straight ankles, they're not my best leg lock, and I think your leg played a big part in that too.
Yeah, reduce the travel, right? Like, because you didn't have full hip control, you were using gravity, and then you're basically using his foot from impeding any sort of movement.
Yeah, this was where I stepped over him out. Just kept his knee low. I'm like, what am I fighting for?
Yeah. Yeah, it's there. Why not?
Actually, I think I tried to go to S mount here. Feeling a little froggy. Feel like my knee could handle it, and I just get off balance anyway. That was a really good load up. I should have just like bared down, put my head to the mat. Now here it's just a matter of trying to control his posture to run out the clock and not hit a standing guard break. Fun last round. I think we actually went over the hour on that, but I was like, I gotta get one from Joe. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Stacks, thanks for stopping by again, bro. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you.
Challenging Cot, Katie Kendra, thank you for the follows. And Tommy, thanks for chiming in, bud. Keep watching, and we'll give you all the help we can. Same to all the rest of you. Thanks for tuning in. Follow here if you're lurking. We appreciate it. And subscribe if you can. You can use your Twitch Prime at no cost to you to help support the stream, which we're always thankful for. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you, man. Follow us over on YouTube as well, where we'll post this for you guys to review. We've been getting a good amount of interest from the students about competing at Naga Hickory June 22nd. So if you've been on the fence about it or whatever, let us know. We're gonna start doing maybe this Sunday. We'll talk to Luke about putting out something for it. But
yep.
Competition level classes on for the Sunday open mat. Don't be put off by it. It's, if you're there to compete, it's gonna be more intense training. If you still just want to come out to the Sunday open mat, by all means, please do. Yeah, but you'll be there. You can help out with some of the more intense training if you want, or you can just get your rounds in like you like to do. Any questions you guys have from the stream, as always, please bring them to us at class. We'll be happy to go over it. Moving on to, we've been doing leg locks this week, so we're in 2 weeks of leg locks. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions for that. So please don't hesitate. It's a confusing section of the curriculum, but it's a fun one. So always ask anything you guys have. Mike, you got anything?
Nope. All good.
All right, cool. Well, we'll leave it there. Thank you again for tuning in. Go trim your nails and do your laundry, and don't be stinky. We'll see you guys back on the mats. Take it easy.
Later.